So in this situation, I was asked that if you are a freelancer or you have a job or you decide to start a side hustle, how can you actually start this process and actually make sure that you communicate your message in a way that isn't confusing and actually kind of takes customers along with you? So I gave it some thought on what I was going to come up with. So in the center of any business is often the entrepreneur, or in this case, it could be the person who has a job and they want to start a Etsy side hustle to do design cards or whatever you wish. The challenge you always have is that how do you promote that business without confusing the message enough that your customers don't understand what it is that you do? So in the job example, you could be a solicitor by day, and then on weekends you do an Etsy shop or maybe Amazon. A lot of people do kind of drop shipping and sell products and that kind of thing. And actually the truth is, when you think about it, you can keep the two completely separate, and actually you never have to declare one to the other, if that makes sense. Because basically one audience will see this, and it's that particular audience who might buy things online or from Amazon, and that's one particular audience. Your audience for this might actually be completely different. The challenge comes when you have a very visible business, and it's how to make sure it all glues together. So for instance, for myself, my main income is consultancy. Then likewise, I'm launching with the Roadmap MBA. It's a business education course, which you'll see. But then likewise, one of the things that I was very conscious of, and this actually links back to earlier on, is to start the investing in scalable businesses which show ambition, where actually I can use my skills to help them grow in a way that either for sweat equity or whichever, I can add value to invest in a company to actually give more value in a way that I couldn't do otherwise, if that makes sense. So as a third part for me, you have investing. But the reason why I think this is comfortable is actually they all support one each other. So the skills from each support the other one. So hopefully it's a coherent message when you're kind of talking to people. The same could be true if you run events. So if you had a business that also did consultancy on the side, you have a very prominent event in the region which you're very well known for, there's ways that you could then spin off apps and developments and websites, products and services that, as long as they fit in that sphere and kind of make sense, that's the best way to do it. And then likewise, if you wanted to start something which is completely different, which could be, I don't know, a fish and chip shop or a coffee shop or whichever from what you're kind of known for, you can either really embrace it and go for it, or just because they're a different audience, just treat them completely differently. And actually, it's just trying to find a coherent message. But the dream always is actually if you can make something kind of work.